Hi, so my name is Patrik Uytterhoeven and I'm going to talk about my new book. Like it said, it's an open source book, so the idea was Zabbix is open source, let's make an open source book. For those who don't know me yet, I work for a company with the name Open Future. The book is not related to Open Future, it's my personal project. I'm a long-time Zabbix trainer and consultant for Open Future. The focus of our business is open source, of course. We focus only on open source products, and we are a value-added system and software integrator. So the idea I came up with is to write a book, but not just a book published by a publisher, but a book that is free for everyone. The idea was like, okay, let's write a book and then create a book together with the community so that everybody can contribute to the book and that everybody can read the book for free. The idea that I had was like, okay, if I write a book, just try to follow an LTS version because every 6 months there is a new release of Zabbix, which is painful if you have to update your book every 6 months. It takes a lot of time to write a book. So my idea was like, okay, let's focus on LTS versions, then you have something stable that can continue for a few months or years. I also wanted to write the book in an easy format that was portable to any platform, because if you want to do it with the community, then you have like Mac, Linux, Windows, whatever. So you need to have something that is easy to share with people so they can contribute in an easy way. And you don't write a book only for like people who speak Dutch or English. You want to write a book that is available in multiple languages. So my idea was like, okay, write a book, do it in English, and then find some people to translate the book. So that everybody can enjoy a free book. So after some thinking, I came up with the following ideas, like, okay, we need a book, but every new LTS version, we need a new book, or we at least have to adapt the book. So let's put it in something that is versionable, like Git. I like Markdown personally a lot. My notes, when I take notes, are always in Markdown. So I was like, okay, Markdown is easy to write. It's also very portable. So let's use Markdown to write a book. But of course, if you have Markdown, most of the people don't want to read Markdown. So you have to convert it in something that is readable for everybody. So the idea was like, okay, the end result needs to be in something readable, like, for example, an HTML website. But of course, people don't want to read online all the time. They want to take it on a portable device, like an e-reader. So it needs to be in PDF or EPUB format or something else. So that was also one of the requirements. And then, of course, some people, even I, like to read a book sometimes, like a real book. So you want to publish a book in some way. So that was one of the other requirements that I had. So in the end result that I came up with was like, okay, let's use GitHub for versioning. Then it is online, everybody can download it from GitHub, can contribute code, etc. After some looking, I came up with MkDocs. MkDocs is like a static generator that is based on Markdown. So basically you write in Markdown and MkDocs will generate HTML files from it, which is quite easy then, because then you don't have to convert manually everything to HTML. Also, MkDocs has a wide support for plugins. So some plugins in in MkDocs exist to generate PDFs. You can also modify the look from it because it supports templatings. So the HTML version that Markdown is generating can be manipulated with CSS. So this is quite handy because if you write in Markdown and you want to create some tables, let's be honest, they look ugly. So CSS is quite a good help to make some nice tables in it. And then GitHub itself has also a nice thing. GitHub has GitHub I/O. So basically when you create something in GitHub, you can make use of GitHub I/O to publish what you have created in GitHub. So all the HTML pages are generated automatically based on the code that is created in GitHub. So why did I go for MkDocs? Like I said already, it's open source. So basically it's free and it can be used by anyone. You can download it and install it on your laptop and generate code from it. Like I said already, it has the use of themes, so you can theme it like you want. If you don't like the look from the website is generated by MkDocs, you can just change the theme and then it will look different. So it can also generate static HTML, which is then easy to read online, of course, and it integrates very easy with GitHub I/O. It has support for CSS, and it has plenty of plugins, and it's portable, so everybody can install it local and build the book by itself. So you can basically just clone GitHub on your laptop and then create the book. The end result, after some testing, was that now, after the testing with Markdown and everything, that you can download the code on your PC, you can generate everything. It will build the book automatically in HTML. It's also easy to export in PDF now. There's also support for multiple languages. The Markdown tables look quite nice with CSS. The community can contribute because it's in GitHub. There is also support for a dark theme and a light theme, and there are many more plugins that we can use. So it starts to look quite nice. Where can you find it? It's at the moment in my personal GitHub. So you can download the code from my GitHub account, and you can read the book in HTML or generate a PDF from it from my GitHub I/O. So what does the book look like if you download it in PDF? This is how it looks at the moment. Of course, it can be themed like you want, so if you don't like it, you can change it. Is it finished yet? Absolutely not. We can use your ideas to improve the book, of course, but most importantly, I am looking with Zabbix at the moment, and Nathan and Brian, how we can work together on this project and start a real community book, but most importantly, we are looking how to create a framework that is legal to protect the book. The idea is that we will create like a legal entity where the book can stay, so that it's protected, that so nobody can download it and try to sell it afterwards. The idea is that we will create a book in the future that can be published, for example, as a real book, and then you can buy the book. And the idea is that we will collect the money to sponsor open source projects. That's why we want to protect the book in a legal entity. So at the moment, it's a bit stale. Stale is maybe the bad word, because it's not like dead or something. It's not sleeping. We are just waiting to get the legal part finished. I hope to have this finished at the end of the year somewhere. So if you like to translate, if you like to contribute, you can still contact me. It will not happen like this month or next month, but next year. If you like to contribute, you're welcome to contact us and help us, of course. We'll still need you for translations, because I want to have the book translated in as many languages as possible. We have to write a lot of topics. We probably have to write some topics that already exist. You can already download the book, you can read it. The basic topics are already covered: how to install Zabbix, how to configure certain things in Zabbix. Some people have already contributed topics, so thanks to those people who have already contributed. It was really nice to see you contribute right away to the project. So how to contact me? You can send me an email, and of course you can contact me on my GitHub account. So that was my presentation about the book. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you really like it.